What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? Hello, everybody. Jude Law equals deep fat fried? Oh, shit. I think you've got a good idea. I think you've got a good idea there, sir. Time to cancel our next few episodes. We're going to need at least 3 episodes to properly deep fat fry Jude. It's alright, YouTube. Don't send out any notifications or anything, please. It's good. That's alright. I won't be here for long tonight anyway. I'm just gonna use this as an excuse to get my voice warmed up for the show tonight. So that I don't sound like a creaky, croaky piece of shit. Creaky, croaky piece of shit. So we're warming up the pipes tonight. Cambridge Analytica. Briefly, I think it's pretty hilarious how shocked people are that a company whose entire purpose is to basically collect information about you and then sell it to advertisers. People are up in arms that their personal information was sold to a political interest. And I'm just wondering, like, why they think Facebook was created. What do they think, what do they think makes Facebook a monetizable platform? In case you don't know, it's got everything to do with the fact that they have access to your information and that information is valuable. What you like, what you're into, what you like to eat, what you like to drink, what you like to do on the weekends, where you like to go, where you travel, who you know and what they like, what kind of TV shows are you into, what kind of movies are you into, what kind of music are you into, what kind of video games are you into, what kind of products do you purchase and search for. All of this stuff is a commodity, right? And you have signed up for a website that where you basically do their work for them. They don't even have to speculate about you anymore. Like, they don't even have to take a guess because you've just provided them with everything that they want to monetize. That's what Facebook is about. So, you know, I get that people want their data to be safe, and I get that they don't want their data used for political purposes and stuff like that. But if that's the case, you probably need to get off of fucking Facebook. And this, like, fake apology tour that, you know, what's his name is going on. Facebook guy. Oh, dude, well, of course it has. Because Facebook, and like I said, people think that Facebook is just a fun way to stay in touch with, you know, your extended family and friends you might not live near anymore. You think it's awesome you get advertised things you actually want? Well, cool, man. I mean, you'll slide right into this dystopia that's growing around us. Good evening, good evening. I don't share personal information on Facebook. I mean, why have one then? What's the point of having one? What do you just have a blank Facebook page with Joe Blow on it? Name Joe Blow. I mean, even if you deleted your Facebook, I think you're pretty fucked. To be completely honest with you, like even if you went through the trouble of deleting your Facebook, I'm pretty sure they still have access to all of that information on the back end. So, I don't know what to tell you. Best of luck with that, I guess. Yeah, DFF for patrons this evening. I'm kind of using the stream here tonight to just get my voice warmed up. I haven't done a whole lot of talking today, so I guess it's time to warm up the vocals, get ready to go live. About an hour or so. Do I live with TJ? Hell to the fucking no, dude. Hell to the fucking no, dude. I live all the way across the country from TJ. I'm here in Fairbanks, Alaska, and he's all the way down there in swamp-ass Louisiana, dude. I actually think Alaska would be pretty cool to live in, honestly. I've been trying to think outside the box recently, you know what I mean? And think about the future. Think about, like, a place that I'd want to live, right? I think Alaska'd be pretty cool. You want to live in hell? I mean, just move to the United States. Antichrist Ministries, dude. You're a pretty lame devil worshiper, you know that? Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll have some in a little bit. Yeah. Antichrist guy is a pretty lame Satanist. Any Satanist that has to just like constantly discuss how into Satan that they really are, that's just, I can't hang with that shit, dude. Like, a real Satanist doesn't have to brag, you know what I mean? Any chance of getting back into Eve, Paul? Well, maybe one day. I don't know. Not really all that interested now. Every theist is utterly deplorable. Oh, man. As if there wasn't a dude edgier than the fucking Satanist in here. Holy shit, Bobby Bush. Holy shit, Bobby Bush. A tree. What does ecstasy feel like? I don't know, man. I've never smoked an ecstasy. You have to tell me. I had a bunch of friends that smoked a lot of ecstasy, but Paul, what would you go back and change about your life or youth if you could? I would not. I just wouldn't. Because, look, you make small changes or changes that you consider to be small, and it could change the entirety of your life. When you come back, you might not even recognize who and what you are. You might be with somebody that you don't know because you met them because of a choice that you made in your life, you know, that you changed. Like, fuck that shit, dude. Time travel, like, people don't understand. Time travel is dangerous. This whole go back and change things shit that people like to hypothesize about, it's, it's irresponsible, to say the least. What's on the agenda for tonight? Let's see. Well, I'm doing this little show here doing some vocal warm-ups, using this as an opportunity to get my voice awake and alive, so we can do patrons-only DFF tonight. And then I got to record some bumpers for the channels after that. So it is a night of recording and performance. Possibly editing. What's the topic for DFF tonight? You'll just have to be a patron and tune in. I kind of dropped a hint that it was related, at least, to the last episode, the last full episode of DFF. If that's not enough to tip you off as to what you're getting. Oh yeah, hi, like, dude, Tree has like a radio quality voice, and I'm really, like, I'll just talk about this in general. I've really been considering trying to quit vaping because one of the downsides to vaping is that the alcohol-based carrier for the vape juice, like, basically just wicks all of the moisture off of your vocal cords. So, at the very least, you probably won't be seeing me vaping while I'm doing these or while I'm performing in the future. I'm going to try and at least keep that to a minimum while I work on the possibility of quitting the shit. You know, I've just got to, like, admit that part of, like, a large part of how I make my money is using my voice, and I want my voice to sound pleasing and not gravelly and dry and croaky. At least to the best of my ability, you know. And the vaping definitely does not help that. You guys are still doing the Golmet show, right? Yeah. We're going to be announcing the time and date for that for patrons tonight at the top of the patron show. So stay tuned for that. But yes, the goal that was met faster than any of us believed possible, that show is in the works. You noticed any sinus issue with vaping? Well, I have bad allergies anyway. I don't think that vaping exacerbates them, but I have sinus issues almost every day, almost all day. Well, I'm not sure what's going on with my connection tonight, but it seems to be really unhappy and vacillating constantly. That's not a good sign. What if you just vaped weed? Burning plants would irritate your throat too. Yeah, I mean, that might be a smart thing for me to consider doing in the future as well. But, I mean, if you know me, if you've been around me for a day or two, one of the things that you realize is that I basically vape all day, every second of the day. It's just always with me. And unless I'm in a place that doesn't allow it, you know, I'm vaping. It's probably not a good thing. I mean, I can erase the probably when it comes to my voice. I can just tell the difference. So, yes, we are doing our patrons only Deep Fat Fried tonight in about an hour or so. quitting that will be hard, gonna be cranky a lot. Well, I'm thinking about doing what I did once kind of earlier on when I was vaping. Initially, I just wanted to quit vaping as well. Like, I wanted to use it to quit smoking and then just kind of wean myself off of it. With vaping, it's nice because you can control the nicotine content of what you're getting. So if I slowly but surely wean myself down on nicotine, it should be a little easier to give up. And that's kind of what I plan on doing. I forever have a blocked nose. I broke it at school like 10 years ago, and my nose has been clogged with shit ever since. Damn. That sucks, homie. What I noticed when I picked up vaping was that I consumed more nicotine than when I smoked. That's probably true of me, too. Although, I mean, to be honest, it's not the nicotine that's harmful about smoking, so I don't really see that as a problem. Although I guess if your goal is to kick the addiction and not just the habit, then that could be problematic. But it's a pain in the ass. I mean, perpetual sniffles. Yeah, you know how has like a perpetual sinus thing? DSP, dude. Anybody familiar with Dark Side Phil? That dude's constantly snorting, man. Like, he's like, I don't know why he doesn't do it like before his videos. He'll be like, talking, and he'll just like stop and like right into the mic, just like, and you're just like, oh, gross. Why'd you do that? I mean, coughing every once in a while is one thing, but like those big old like wet, phlegmy snorts and shit, like right into the mic as you're as you're commentating on video games and stuff. It's like, oh, I'd edit those out if I were you, but all right. Can help you with your voice if you use a regular ass e-cig to inhale less vapor. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. When's the next creepy pasta stream? I don't know. Yeah, dude, he does. He horks constantly. He'll be like, all right, so here we are, back again for another playthrough. Tonight we're working on Dark Souls 2 again. And it's just like, whoa. Are you okay, dude? It's the most intense drug you've been on. Like, experience-wise, I'd say LSD, probably. Whoa, this sounds like a commercial for apples or something. The National Apple Council wants to remind you, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Apples can help with your teeth, your skin, your hair, and everything about you that attracts other people to you. Make sure you go down and pick up a bushel of locally grown apples from your grocer today. I don't know, man. This is just on this playlist I'm using. Apples are chock full of the vitamins and the minerals that your body needs to stay healthy. Apples are a low-calorie snack and can help rejuvenate the enamel of your teeth. Apples can help your hair grow thicker, can help you breathe better. Apples are nature's panacea. Get down to your grocer today and pick up some locally grown apples. What the fuck, man? Get out of here, song. Just came here. Why are you shilling apples? Because this royalty-free playlist that I have just started playing a song that sounded like the shitty background music for an informational commercial about apples or, I don't know, raisins or some shit. Am I allowed to call you the obese beard? You're allowed to call me whatever the fuck you want. I can't guarantee that I will respond, but you can call me whatever you want, man. I ain't your daddy. Thank goodness. Because goddamn, man, if I was a father and kawaii cost was what had come forth from my loins, I'd probably feed him a bullet and then eat one myself. Do you have Klinefelter syndrome? I suffer from Klinefelter syndrome. As well as autism, Asperger's syndrome, and micropenis. Wait a minute, doesn't Klinefelter's come with a micropenis? Isn't it like... Yeah, I think it does. When did you lose your virginity? I was 18 when I lost my virginity. Klinefelters. I was watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine the other day, and I was noticing that a lot of the supporting cast seems to rotate between episodes. Can you tell me why you don't hire a rotating cast of red shirts so that they can be characters in the show? Sounds kind of like a mixture of Daffy and Sylvester, honestly. Whoa. Suffering succotash. Can you do a Stallone impression? That's the laziest Stallone impression. Everybody has that Stallone impression. Hey, how you doing? Adrian. Hey, I'm gonna box. I'm gonna beat the guy up. I'm a boxer. I don't know. It's a pretty weak Stallone. That's all anybody has, dude. I've never heard anybody do a Stallone impression that wasn't, hey, Adrian. You gotta do like the, here, I'll show you. When you're doing Stallone, you always gotta have your mouth like this. You see? That's the key. Stallone always has one of his corners of his mouth pulled down. Adrian. Hey. That's the key. do Arnold. I mean, my Arnold is the same, dude. It's just really hacky. It's like, yeah, come on, do it. Kill me. Come on. Kill me now. I'm here. Everybody's got that Arnold, too. Get down. Come on. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, thanks, Tree. Yeah, dude, like, if you want to use these in your streams and shit as, like, loading screens or whatever, there's a subreddit called R Cinemagraphs that has a ton of these. I got most of these from there. A cinemagraph is basically just like an animated GIF that loops eternally. Or at least appears to. They're pretty cool. Peace is satanic. Hope is satanic. Love is satanic. Wow. That was deep and meaningful, my man. Kawaii Cost, you're basically the worst thing that ever happened to me. So, that should give you an idea where you stand on my social hierarchy, kid. Alright? You are basically the worst thing that ever happened to me personally. Your birth, even though you and I have never met in person, is the worst thing that ever happened in my lifetime. And I've lived through 9/11, dude. So, put that in perspective, okay? Nah, Georgie's just, Georgie's just the dregs, but Kawaii Cost is openly mediocre. And that I just can't abide. You know what I mean? Georgie's horrible, but at least he tries. Kawaii Cost, it just revels in mediocrity. Is this Sonic music? It kind of sounds like it a little bit. It's pretty awesome. Dark Green Hill Zone. Start. This is awesome. This chiptune shit, man. Yeah, really, you're right. I mean, mentioning Sonic reveals a little bit of tism, but that's okay, because you're absolutely right in this case. This does sound like Sonic stage music. This is a weird playlist. I haven't used this one before. I'm kind of digging it, though. Maybe like the end credits music to a Sonic game while Sonic and Tails and Knuckles run, you know what I mean? And the names of all the enemies go by, and then the people that worked on it go by, and they're all just eternally running to the right. Paul, thoughts on executing drug dealers like Trump wants? Man, it's about time. It's about time somebody did something that completely ignores the problem, the actual problem of drug abuse, and just feeds the private prison system with more lifelong non-violent offenders. Yay! Paul, I've fallen in love with a gorgeous girl, and today I found out that she's most likely a lesbian. Advice? Fall in love with another gorgeous girl. Or get a sex change. That's basically where I see it. Relax, everybody. Mendacious C's here. Everything's going to be just fine. Sea of Thieves looks like a lot of fun, but I really think it needs more PvE variety. I've been watching people play it for a while and just like marveling over how cool it is, but it just seems like really all they do is go to islands and kill skeletons, and you know what I mean? It feels like the PvE content feels very samey. I guess I've seen them fight the Kraken too. That's kind of cool, but it just seems like most of what you do is these kind of repetitive fetch quest kind of missions, which is kind of sad to me, you know? It needs some bigger inland areas, I think, because these tiny little islands that it takes place on don't allow for much content. Or maybe some caves beneath those islands, or I don't know. But the water in Sea of Thieves is some of the most beautiful water ever in a video game. So what are your thoughts on Trump signing the bill today? Well, I don't know, honestly. I haven't read anything about it, so we'll go look it up. Why don't we look it up? Let's see what happened. Let's take a gander. Do. Trump signing the bill. I don't see any bill. What bill are we talking about here? Because it doesn't seem to be national news, whatever it is. Jason is indeed Captain Tree. He is indeed the one, the only, the legend, the man, the myth, the god amongst men. Paul, Stormy Daniels' lawyer posted a pic of a CD saying #deny it, calling it a warning. Oh, shit. Did he really? Man, it's getting juicy. This year's presidential soap opera is way more interesting than the Obama one was. Like, the Obama season was good, but, like, I don't know, dude. It didn't live up at all to the Bush season, you know what I mean? Like, and I thought really, like, the whole president show was over after the Bush season, because I was like, how are they going to top Bush Jr., you know what I mean? But then, you know, the Obama, it was kind of a boring season, but this season is fucking great, man. Yeah, the Obama season felt like all filler and stuff, and it was all just about, like, how presidential this dude was, and, you know, it's just like, okay, well, I mean, I liked the fact that they cast a black dude. I think it shows, like, some forward thinking, you know, in the show, so it really wasn't that killed it, and I liked, you know, I don't know, I thought that his wife and kids were interesting casting choices as well. But yeah, a lot of the side characters kind of outshone the main character. I mean, this is like the Trump season is really what this show needed to get back on track. I mean, it's focused on the central executive again, like the previous ones were, you know, like the Clinton season was. I mean, fuck, man. If we ever get a season like that again, I'll just die from happiness. No, this season is great, man. I love that they're taking a risk in casting like just like a totally unprincipled bag of nonsense in the presidency. Like, because it's just a warning to us that, this show could be reality if, we allow ourselves to degrade to the point that the American people in the world of this president soap opera have. You know what I mean? There's rumors this may be the final season. I mean, it would be crazy if they ended this with him like getting in a nuclear war with Kim Jong Un or whatever. I just don't see him doing it though. I mean, like there's so much new interest in the show now that they've done this Trump season that I can't see them going like, all right, and then that's it. I mean, maybe it's smart to do that though. Go out on a high note, just the craziest season ever, and then boom, it's over. I just can't wait for a few years down the road when we get the Trump Jr. season. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? Or if they're really ballsy, the Ivanka season. Think about that shit. Do you feel like the Trump season is too much of a change from the original core of the show? I feel like the show just caters to the general public now. I miss the new. Yeah, I mean, look. Yeah, I mean, the President soap opera used to be a much smarter show. Let's all be honest, right? And the Trump season really is kind of pandering to a lower demographic, I think, than usually, should be pandered to. But at least it's entertaining, right? I mean, God, man. What if that Stormy Daniels tape drops, What if Robert Mueller comes up with some collusion charges? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot going on in this season. There's some good side characters, and you just never know what's going to happen. It's not predictable like some of the other seasons have been. Maybe we can text fired to 05559 to pick the next loser to kick off of White House Island. Yeah, dude. Yeah, like why doesn't Trump do that shit? Just make like a number and let people vote every week on which member of his cabinet and support staff is on the chopping block. You know what I mean? Let the people fire some people. You know what I mean? It's getting a little repetitive, though. It seems people are just getting fired every episode. Yeah. And they're really blueballing with this investigation shit and this sex scandal shit. It's like, like all the news outlets in the show keep covering it like it's something's about to happen, in every episode. Every time I tune in, I think it's going to happen, but it never does. So I really feel like they need to something big needs to happen soon. People are going to start losing interest. If they're really desperate, they'll drop a wedding episode. Yeah, Don Jr.'s getting divorced. I don't know if you saw that episode yet. It's one of the newer ones. Yeah, Don Trump Jr. is getting divorced from his wife, and she's all bitter and angry about it. And there's all kinds of juicy deets about that coming out. So like maybe he'll get remarried. That if they do that, then they're desperate. Like if there's like a big Don Jr. wedding. They should have put more focus into Mueller and Stormy separately. Now they won't have as much content going for. Yeah, I agree that like one of these things should have come to its fruition, and then the second arc should have started. Because having them going on simultaneously, I don't know. It just adds to the feel of the chaos that this season has, though. Like the internal chaos of Trump's White House in the show, is kind of reflected in the chaos that he projects outwardly into the world. It's almost as if he's an unstable personality that creates these dramas by just being a fucking unrepentant asshole. I really dislike. I'll be honest. Like, I really dislike how much time he spent on the golf course in this season. It's just like, all right, we get it. The guy likes golfing, but it just seems like every fucking day he's at Mar-a-Lago or something. You know what I mean? Like, what happened to remember in the old shows when the president used to be like at the White House and shit? Like, what happened to that? I guess it just maybe they, I don't know, maybe shooting at that White House set that they had to tear it down or something. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the new budget bill Trump signed today? He said he'd never sign a bill like it again. I haven't really looked into it, so I'll have to look into it and get back to you on that, Mr. Naughty Priest. I mean, the last I heard, and maybe it just happened today, but the last I heard, he was threatening to not sign it over some immigration clause that was in it, so... Spoiler alert, I've been told by an insider lead writer that this will be the final season, and its ending is very comparable to the Lost season ending. Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, you could just be anybody. Like, anybody could waltz in here and create a fucking account and say that they know somebody who works on the show, but they've been really guarded about what's going to happen in the past. And, I don't know, man. I just can't, I don't believe you know. Wow. It's another one of these. When you're walking with your family down the grocery aisle, don't pick up one of those sugary drinks. Pick up some pure Florida orange juice. You can taste the sunshine. Buy some at your local grocer and support an American industry that's based around making your morning smile. Wow, get out of here, please. You have a good shilling voice. Yeah, you could pretty much shill anything to that music. You know? When you and your family are thinking about where you want to go for a vacation this year, why not consider Tennessee? Tennessee is home to 12 different species of virulent mosquito, 18 different kinds of honey badger, and trees. Tennessee has got some of the best stuff to do anywhere on the planet. Can't think of any to tell you right now, but just trust us. Next time you and your family want to take a trip, consider coming to the Smoky Mountain State, Tennessee, where dreams take wing. Right? What else could we shill with this? I'm gonna eat. I'm just not super hungry right now.
6 minutes?
I mean, I guess so. Depression pills? Okay. I'll give that a try and then I've got to end this. You know, everyone feels a little down sometimes, but that's okay. We live in modern times. We've got lights on our bike tires, big tall skyscrapers, power plants that float upon the waves. We're harnessing the energy of the planet more and more every day. Why not harness your own mental energy? That's right. Priapack makes you feel good about yourself, and that's important. Uh-oh, DJ Girk is calling. Hello? Yep, I'm on my way. It's time to do the show. So, good night, everybody.